This old bass was ugly and blue, and now it's red and shiny and new. Okay. Almost shiny and new. Welcome to another video with Wildflower Guitar Co. I'm your host, cameraman, and the lightning fast hands you see behind the screen, but you can call me Braxton. Have you ever spent hours online looking for parts, going through websites, trying to find things you need, and you get decision fatigue, and then you just go back to the very first one you saw and you buy it? Of course, then it takes about a week for it to come in, and then when you finally get what you ordered in, you figure out it's the wrong part. This old bass was in rough shape whenever it came into the shop, and a totally different color. It went through a lot of work. We ordered all new parts for it and got everything installed, but with the wrong tuners, it wasn't exactly presentable. I didn't like the way it looked, and the tuners didn't tune the correct directions, of course. The tuners that came in were tuners that went on the left and the right side of the headstock instead of being inline tuners like the ones this bass needed. So the right tuners came in. Now it's time to get all the old ones off and put the new ones on. I started by taking the strings off the bass, removing the screws from the back of the headstock that hold the tuners in place, and then unthreading the ferrules. And that's got you caught up to speed. Here's the new tuners that came in. Very fancy in the black box. These tuners are the same color gold hardware just like the other ones, except these go inline instead of 2x2 or left and right of the headstock. After discovering the first set of tuners wouldn't work for this bass, I went ahead and installed them just to be able to do the setup and make sure all the strings, height and everything, intonation, all of that good stuff was good on this bass. But that left me with a couple extra holes, so here I'm filling those new screw holes that I had to make. And now it's time to put these new tuners on. First I go ahead and place them in the hole, getting them slightly lined up, lay all my parts out and just make sure they're easily accessible so I can get this job done as quickly as possible. And I go ahead and thread the screw into the holes. Thankfully our new hole that I had to fill is covered by the new tuners, so you can't even see it, but at least they're filled and solid now. After I get the screws in, I flip the bass over and I put the washer and the ferrules on it and go ahead and thread them down finger tight. That way they don't move around on me. Next, I just grabbed a socket out of the toolbox there that fit the nut on the ferrule, and I'm just hand tightening them, taking them and just getting them as tight as I can by hand. You don't really want to cinch them down, but for this bass, hand tight's good enough. Okay, the new tuners are in, 4 new screws in the back, got the ferrules on and hand tight, and now it's time to put these strings back on and see how they do. Here's a before picture of the old tuners, and here's a picture of the new ones after we got it done. Let's hear how it sounds. This has been another video from Wildflower Guitar Co. Thank you so much for joining me today. By the way, your guitar called, it wants a fresh setup. Wildflower Guitar Co. Until next time, thanks, bye.